crystals pop and fizz when you throw them back. And who doesn't love a good throwback? Emergency crystals.
At Nordstrom Rack, find great gifts at great prices. Get amazing deals on brands.
660, Chantel from Environmental. Please dial 6660.
Shalom, shalom, Yasharallah. Giving all honor and glory to Abba Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Mashiach Barakatai, the Howard for the Rakak Wadash, the Howard for our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Yaquan, the Howard for King David, who will rule well under Yahweh Shai Mashiach, the 12 apostles, the 144,000, the government body of Yasharallah, the Howard for the Akim that's out in the highways, the byways doing this work in sincerity and in truth, presenting their bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto Abba Yahweh, by Ashub Yahweh Shai, by Shabbarakatai, the Howard for the hopeful elect, men, women, and children, Shalom Barakatai. This dollar, this patient, is through. Once again, Yasharallah, Israel, 12 tribes, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Indians with Indian, Taino nigga descent by the pedigree, by the seed of your father. Numbers 1 and 18. This patient, this dollar is through. The Brics nation have pulled the plug on this patient. So that means they gonna be coming out with a digital CHIP real soon, Yasharallah. It's not even around the corner. It's not even around the corner, Yasharallah. It's just 3 feet from where you at. The Karagma, the Karax is just 3 steps away. You 3 feet away from the Karagma, from the Karax, from Jacob's trouble. All hell breaking loose. This dollar, this patient is through. Shall not all these take up a parable against him? Brics Nation. Brics. Brics Nation. Brics. Russia. Argentina. China. South Africa. East Africa. North Africa. Saudi Arabia. Brics. Shall not all these take up a parable against him? Esau Edom, USA. And a taunting proverb against him, the so-called white man, your lover, and say, woe to him that increase it. You see, everything America has got, so-called white man has got, it was through robbery and deceit and lies, Yashavala. That which is not his. That which is not his. This patient, this dollar is through. They coming out with the digital display. You will be a cyborg if you take this CHIP up in you. Woe to him, destruction to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that laded himself with their clay. She owed over $34 trillion. I think the debt, the national debt in the whole was 260 trillion. That word thick clay in the Paleo Hebrew, in the Hebrew, it go into the word Ibatya. It means depth. D-E-B-T. Depth. The Ponzi scheme is over. The Ponzi scheme is not working because they want their money back and they pull out of the game. A Ponzi scheme only works if the players keep their money in and don't ask for it back. The Ponzi scheme is over because the weak, the Brics nation, the weak is now saying they're strong. These other nations is forming, have formed together, and the most I say that the weak shall say they strong. They no longer scared of the bully. America been the bully on the playground, on the school ground, and they no longer scared of this bully. Go for it. You remember the movie with Rocky Balboa, his son, and Rocky 5? Go for it. His son fought the bully after his daddy showed him how to box. He told the bully, go for it. He wasn't giving up his lunch money no more. Well, that's what these nations is telling America, this bully. Go for it. They got the nukes, and Putin, the bear, is going to lead the way. Russia, Gog, and Magog is going to lead the way. They telling America, go for it. And to him that laid himself with thick clay. The Most High say, shall they not rise up suddenly, Brics nation, that shall bite thee? Now these nations is biting USA. They coming to bite America. They smell blood in the water, Israel. Is you getting it? They smell blood in the water. So now they coming to bite USA. Let's get that. Make it make sense, right? Just make it make sense. Through the precepts, we get understanding. Therefore, we hate every false way. We hate every false way. Isaiah 14:10. All they shall speak. You see, Brics, all these other nations, Brics, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? They telling America, they telling the bully, is an even playing field now. You didn't came, you one of us now. We ain't scared of you no more. You ain't 10 feet no more. You see, they been 3 feet for a long time looking up to a 10 feeter. They said, you 3 feet now. You see, let the weak say I'm strong, right? All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? You see, thy pomp is brought down to the grave. The dollar is through. This patient is done. She then came to the grave. No more dollar. They going cashless, Israel. The hell with cryptocurrency. They going to the mark. The mark, the Quran, the Qurans, Revelations 13 and 16. You won't be able to buy or sell. And unless you digitize up, they going to track and trace, right? And thy knowest of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee. You see, this patient is done, Israel. This patient is done. This dollar is done. USA is done. The currency is done. This petrodollar is no good. The fiat is just what it is. An IOU is no good, Israel. I bought ya thick clay, right? Dip. Caps. Dip. And the worms cover thee. That's what's going on, Israel. I hope you getting it. Let's be repetitive. Habakkuk 2 and 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly? You see, that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee. They pull their money out. They bind up gold. They say the hell with the dollar. They tired of America using the dollar as a weapon to put tariffs on them and put sanctions because they won't get down with American democracy. They tired dancing to her music. They tired of this hoe. And thou shalt be for booties unto them. You see, because thou hast spoiled many nations, see, all the remnant of people shall spoil thee. Now they gonna spoil America. They finna spoil America now. America's through, Israel. You still talking about the bags? What bag? What bag? The money ain't no good. What's in your bag? I hope you ain't talking about dollars. What bag? Jacob, I'm still talking about getting the bag. What bag? What bag? What bag they speak of? Because of men's blood, you see, through their regime change, through they dropping these bombs on these other nations, sending coups and putting up dummy corporations, taking the natural resource from these other nations, these heathen nations, going to these heathen nations' land and taking their resources. Now these heathens is mad with Esau either. They mad with this hoe. They mad with Lady Liberty because of men's blood and for the violence. You see, that's how Esau get down. He's a bloodshed. He's a bloody man. You see, he's a bloody man. Israel, that man is walking in blood of the land of the city. You see, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that covet and evil comes. Because when you thou shalt not covet, right? Hey, that's the commandment. Thou shalt not covet. Esau, he steal from other people, right? He's that grape gatherer, right? He steal till he can't have enough. Obadiah told you that. Let's get that right quick since I said Obadiah. Let's go to Prophet Obadiah, a Hebrew Israelite, right? Because all the prophets are Israelites. The Most High saying, Obadiah 1 and 5, if thieves came to thee, if robbers, Esau is a robber, right? By night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? Esau, he don't get enough, Israel. This is a vile man. This man don't get enough. He's the thief that come to kill, steal, and destroy, right? John 10 and 10. If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? You see? How are the things of Esau searched out? Esau, the so-called white man, your lover. How are his hid things sought up? You see? The Most High said, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee, Brics nation, have deceived thee and prevail against it. Now they deceived USA. They seen what happened to America in 2008. They seen the collapse in '08 and '09. And then they start buying up all the gold they can buy and dumping the dollar. Russia, China, they start getting rid of America debt. They didn't want to hold her currency no more. We gonna watch a clip about that. You see, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is no understanding in him. The him is Esau Edom. Let's check out that clip. We'll come back to the book of Habakkuk. Let's check out this clip, Yasharala.
Have been discussing de-dollarization for a while now, but what we are seeing now is its acceleration. It's no longer some type of a conspiracy theory. It's not propaganda, as it may have been perceived even a year ago by the mainstream media. It's now out in the open, and even the IMF.
She says now out in the open because the most he revealed Esau. He didn't lift up Esau's skirt. They mojo ain't working no more. They sorcery and witchcraft is not working. The Most High have revealed them through his prophets, through his meek servants, through his apostles and his pastors and his teachers. You see, the Most High say in Jeremiah 49 and 10, but I have made Esau bare, you see. The jig is up. The jig is up. I have uncovered his secret places, you see. And he shall not be able to hide himself. There's nowhere to run to. There's nowhere to hide. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. You see? So that's why the Most High is revealing this devil. He's revealing the so-called white man. For the devil he is Israel, because the word devil in the Greek, it go into the word diablos. In the Latin, it go into the word diablos. It means what? A slanderer, false accuser, and deceiver. You see? Let's get back to that clip. That's what's going on, y'all.
Even the IMF had to finally acknowledge this. One of the key aspects of this is the trade conflict between the United States and China. The current administration, by the way, is planning to increase tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles in order to make them less competitive and therefore lower demand. Bloomberg even reported that the new tariffs will target not only EVs but also other strategic industries in China. Earlier this month, the U.S. Department of Commerce added 26 Chinese firms to its blacklist, by the way. So the trade war is going on. It has become crystal clear that Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen's trip to China, as well as Blinken's trip to China, were far from successful.
They don't have no respect for America elected government officials. They go to China, Janet Yellen, the Secretary of Treasury, and Moab, China, they paid them no never mind. You see? They just paid them no never mind. Like what y'all want over here. They don't have no more respect for USA. USA is done, Israel. Rome is done. Greece is done. Nineveh is done. Assyria is done, Israel. Basra is done. The daughter of the Chaldees is done. Spiritual Egypt is done. Sodom and Gomorrah is done. Is done, Yasharala. Nineveh is done. Is done. The times of the Gentiles is fulfilled. America is finna get judged by Abba Yahweh, Ba'ashir, Yahweh Shah, Masha Barakatah. This patient, this dollar is done. They didn't unplug it.
The world sort of just dismissed them, dismissed the threats, and likely just laughed at such attempts to control China's industrial output. So now we're back to square one, meaning we're back to economic sanctions, which of course is something that will backfire and has already backfired. The IMF highlighted that this global economic fragmentation is going to result in countries.
So what that's telling us, America is gonna have stagflation and superinflation. Your buying power is gone. A pack of steak go wind up being $300. This is the time we coming in, Yashavala. $300 to $500 for a pack of steak. A gallon of milk can run you $50 to $75 for a gallon of milk. Israel, a loaf of bread can run you $25, $30. This is what we're approaching. In what hour is her judgment come? Famine, pestilence. You see, that's what's going on, Israel. We warning you. We sounding the alarm, blowing the trumpet in Zion. Another warning. Warning before destruction, right? Warning. Another meek service report.
Effectively forming blocs that are led by either the United States or China, with some countries possibly choosing to remain non-aligned. Although, in my personal opinion, remaining non-aligned will be more and more difficult as time goes by, because they will likely try to see what sides would provide better alternatives and more value to them. So eventually, they will likely have to form alliances. And these alliances are unlikely to be purely economic at this point in time in our day and age. The China-leaning bloc, by the way.
Okay, what you got to understand, Yashavala, this is economic war. This is war. This is war on America. Them dumping the dollar, Trump told you that. This is war on America. Them getting away from the dollar and ditching the dollar, that's going to hurt America. She won't be the greatest nation on earth no more. She going to be a fourth world country. Not a third world, but a fourth world country. She gonna be through. Through. She won't be simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. She won't be simply the best. This whore won't be simply the best no more. That's what we telling you. That's what the Most High telling you. Let's get a precept on that. Let's go to the book of Isaiah 47, the classic. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. She won't be simply the best through this failing dollar. Sit on the ground. The Most High tell America, sit your ass on the ground now. See, that's her becoming that fourth world country. Sit your ass down, the Most High say. Abba Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Mashabaktah. She's not that golden cup in his hand no more. It's the big payback, Israel. Revenge. The Most High needs some get back. Payback. See? Sit on the ground. There is no throne. That means there's no more rulership for America. The throne represents rulership, kingdom, empire. No more America. No more throne for America. No more rulership. No more dominance. No more authority. Because heaven goes into authority, rulership, dominance, all that. That's what the throne symbolizes. Power. Great power. O daughter of the Chaldean, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. This woman, she no longer will be tender and delicate. Cinderella is going back to being a servant, just like they served during the 40 years during the time of King David. Esau, they finna go back into captivity after the Most High light this thing on fire with these ICB nuclear missiles and the chariots of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah Mashabarakatah is returned. Because that's the final plague. Fire. Let's get back to that clip, Yasharala. I hope you're getting it.
China-leaning bloc, by the way, has been slowly shifting towards the use of the yuan. Of course, all BRICS nations fall into this category, and if you consider the fact that their combined GDP surpassed that of G7 nations, it's definitely a serious economic threat for the West. Now, the IMF did say something else that is very, very important. I was actually quite shocked to hear this from Gina Gopinath directly. She said that Western sanctions.
So Yasharala, giving all honor and glory to Avi Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Mashabaraktai, Shalom.
Are the primary drivers why central banks increase their gold reserves and have been doing so for almost 2 years now, as they decrease their dollar foreign exchange reserves. China has been building its gold reserves for the last 18 months or so, sometimes selling nearly $1 billion a month to buy gold. So there you have it, out in the open. Recently, India, a BRICS member, and Nigeria agreed to use their local currencies for bilateral trade. The trade between the two nations was roughly $12 billion in 2023. They even signed an official trade agreement to settle transactions in their local currencies. This is not surprising because Nigeria actually already submitted an application to join the BRICS bloc and may be admitted later this year during the summit in Russia in October. I'm sure we will see more of these types of agreements between nations in the coming.
Right now, a child is being diagnosed with cancer. We cannot save the world.
See more of these types of agreements between nations in the coming month, and I think so because as economies have slowed down, using local currencies instead of the US dollar, which if you use the United States dollar, you're effectively supporting US economy. So using local currencies instead of the US dollar will help countries make their currencies stronger and therefore contribute to their own economic growth. Why would they want to continue using only the dollar at this point in time? They now have options, they have alternatives, and it is quite clear that they're going to take advantage of these new options. And I do want to remind you that once countries ditch the dollar for trade, which we're seeing happening as we speak, the US dollar will return to the United States, which will lead to hyperinflation in America. The banking industry and finance companies are likely going to be affected the most if and when that happens, and this is because foreign exchanges will decline. The IMF even said that we could see a broad retreat from global rules of trade engagement, and with that, a significant reversal of the gains from economic integration as countries grow increasingly fragmented. With that being said, it is absolutely clear that there are massive changes on the horizon, actually around the corner, I should say. These changes were on the horizon a couple of years ago. Now they're clearly just a couple of steps away.